In the 21st century, there is one billionaire whose every tweet, every deal, and every gamble is broadcast like an episode of a global reality show. Elon Musk. From electric cars to space rockets, from underground tunnels to brain chips, Musk is not just a businessman. He is a global spectacle. And in 2025, his moves weren't just viral, they were historic. Starlink's expansion was Musk's boldest strike against traditional telecom giants. Over 3 million dishes had already been installed worldwide by 2024. But in 2025, Musk announced the Free Connectivity Program. Every school, hospital, and rural community in Africa and Southeast Asia would receive free Starlink coverage for 5 years. It was a humanitarian move on paper, but a financial earthquake in reality. Telecom monopolies collapsed overnight. Governments scrambled to regulate Musk's satellites. NGOs praised him as a savior, social media crowned him the digital pharaoh, but behind the memes, Starlink subscriptions in urban areas skyrocketed. By offering free internet to the poor, Musk tripled paying customers among the middle class. It was not charity, it was strategy. While Starlink went viral, Tesla waged silent wars. China's BYD had overtaken Tesla in sales by 2024, but Musk was not about to lose. In early 2025, Tesla dropped the Model 2. An electric car under $20,000. Cheaper than most gas cars. Faster than most sports cars.
I just bought a Tesla for less than an iPhone subscription.
Within weeks, Tesla reclaimed the global EV crown. Shares surged 45%. Legacy automakers, from Ford to Toyota, scrambled to respond. But Musk wasn't finished. He introduced the robotaxi fleet. Fully autonomous taxis launched in San Francisco, London, and Lagos. Drivers protested, governments hesitated. But viral clips of robotaxis ferrying drunk college kids at 2 a.m. went viral on Instagram. Uber's stock tanked, Lyft filed lawsuits. Tesla became not just a car company but the largest transportation service on Earth. Musk's battle with OpenAI was not about software. It was about ideology. In 2025, Musk launched TruthGPT 2.0, a so-called uncensored AI to challenge ChatGPT. He didn't unveil it at a boring tech conference, he did it in Las Vegas, with lights, fireworks, and a boxing ring. This, Musk declared, is the fight for the soul of humanity's intelligence. Within hours, #TruthGPT trended globally. OpenAI shares dropped 12%, investors poured billions into XAI, and most importantly, Musk made AI a cultural war. College debates, Twitter fights, TikTok memes, everyone was suddenly an AI philosopher. SpaceX was already the world's most dominant rocket company. But Musk didn't want dominance. He wanted destiny. In 2025, he unveiled the Mars Colonization Fund, a $500 billion consortium of billionaires, sovereign wealth funds, and crypto moguls dedicated to building humanity's first permanent colony on Mars by 2040. The announcement sparked chaos. The UN called an emergency session. Climate activists accused Musk of escaping Earth instead of saving it. But investors poured into aerospace ETFs, driving up valuations of every space-related company. And overnight, Musk shifted the question from "can we go to Mars?" to "who gets there first, governments or billionaires?" In 2025, Neuralink made headlines after its first paralyzed patient sent a tweet by thinking it. The video went viral. A young man, unable to move his hands for years, simply stared at a screen and typed with his mind. Thank you, Elon. The clip hit 1 billion views in under 24 hours. Suddenly, Musk was no longer just a car maker or rocket man. He was the man who gave back mobility. But with praise came fear. Critics warned of brain hacking. Governments demanded regulation. Religious leaders debated morality. Yet investors, they piled into biotech. Neuralink became the hottest stock of the year. In Las Vegas, Miami, and Dubai, Musk's Boring Company unveiled mega-tunnel projects. Entire underground highways lit with neon strips, carrying robo-taxis at lightning speed. Videos went viral. Futuristic cities buzzing underground while surface traffic remained gridlocked. Critics mocked them as expensive toy trains. But Gen Z labeled them cyberpunk transport. Tourists lined up just to ride. Revenue poured in. And suddenly, every oil-rich city wanted Musk to dig. Elon Musk's tweets remained the most expensive 280 characters in history. In February 2025, he casually tweeted, "Dogecoin is the people's crypto." Within minutes, Dogecoin spiked 65%, Meme coins flourished, investors made and lost billions overnight, and in April 2025, Musk hinted Tesla might accept Bitcoin again. Crypto markets surged $300 billion in 2 hours. Musk had become not just a CEO, but a one-man central bank. And finally, politics. In 2025, Musk openly funded pro-tech political candidates in the US, India, and parts of Africa. Critics called it billionaire interference. Supporters called it visionary leadership. Musk didn't deny it. He tweeted, "If governments move too slow, the future will move without them." The post hit 200 million views. Governments shook, investors cheered, and the world asked, is Elon Musk just a businessman, or a shadow statesman of the New World Order? Elon Musk's moves in 2025 were not isolated. They were interconnected. Starlink built loyalty, Tesla built markets, Neuralink built hope, SpaceX built destiny, crypto built hype, and politics built power. Love him, hate him, one thing is undeniable. Elon Musk has turned billionaire moves into viral revolutions, and he has taught the world this one lesson: money builds companies, but virality builds empires. Narrator: if Musk is the chaos agent, Bezos is the strategist. But in 2025, Jeff Bezos didn't just make moves, he orchestrated a silent symphony of power, and with every step, the echoes reached governments, boardrooms, and living rooms around the globe.
Senator Clark: Mr. Bezos, do you deny that Blue Origin now controls 65% of the lunar mining rights approved by NASA? Do you deny that you are effectively privatizing the moon? Bezos: Senator, I don't control the moon, I control logistics, and without logistics, no one, not NASA, not China, not anyone, can extract helium-3 safely. Would you prefer I let China own it instead? Narrator: Wall Street cheered, energy stocks plummeted, Blue Origin doubled its valuation, and for the first time the world began to whisper, Bezos is no longer just competing with Musk, he's outmaneuvering governments. Bezos: imagine waking up and Alexa knows your blood pressure, schedules your doctor, delivers your medication, all before breakfast. Healthcare doesn't have to be chaos, it can be prime. Protester with megaphone: he doesn't want to heal you, he wants to own you. This isn't Jeff care, this is Jeff control. News anchor voiceover: despite criticism, Prime Health Plus subscriptions sold out in 14 countries within days. Amazon stock shot up 35%. Bezos, once mocked as a retired billionaire, became the most feared name in global healthcare. Worker: they don't take breaks, they don't get sick. They're everywhere now. We're training our replacements. Executive 1: each unit replaces 5 workers. That's $250,000 saved per year. Multiply by 100,000 units. Executive 2: that's $25 billion in labor costs gone. Jeff, this changes everything. Bezos: it doesn't change everything, it is everything. Narrator: clips of robots went viral, some cheering the future, others fearing mass unemployment. But one thing was clear: Bezos had built not just a retail empire, but a robotic army. Journalist: today, Amazon bypassed DHL and FedEx, delivering goods directly across the Atlantic with its own fleet. Experts call this the single biggest disruption to global trade since containerization in the 1950s. Trade Minister: we cannot allow one man to control the world's shipping routes. This is piracy in corporate disguise. Bezos: people said the same when Amazon started selling books online. If efficiency is piracy, then the future belongs to pirates. Narrator: Twitter memes with pirate hats on Bezos, #Captain Bezos trending. Editor: Jeff wants the headline sharper. Less about criticism, more about inevitability. His words: history doesn't debate winners. Bezos: the future needs leaders who understand technology, not fear it. We will fund governance that is competent, pragmatic, and innovative. Candidate: you may have endorsements, but I am Bezos backed. Narrator: and for the first time in modern politics, billionaires weren't just donors, they were brands. President of Kenya: Mr. Bezos, you're not just donating, you're investing in our green future. For that, history will remember you. Bezos: history remembers capital and not charity. Advisor: if we structure this as carbon credits, the fund triples its returns by 2030. Bezos: then do it. Saving the planet is good. Profiting while saving it is better. That's how you make philanthropy sustainable. Narrator: and so Bezos turned even charity into investment. Critics screamed greed, supporters called it genius. But everyone agreed. He had changed the rules of giving.
Narrator. In 2025, Bezos played the long game. Musk may dominate headlines, Buffett may represent tradition, but Bezos represents inevitability. He doesn't argue, he doesn't rant, he moves. And when he moves, governments shake, markets bleed, and competitors collapse. Bezos is not the loudest billionaire, but he may be the most dangerous. Because where others chase virality, Bezos builds inevitability. Narrator. In the noisy world of billionaires, where Musk tweets rockets and Bezos builds empires, there is one man whose silence is louder than their chaos. Warren Buffett, the Oracle of Omaha, the man who built an empire not with hype, but with patience, not with drama, but with discipline. And in 2025, at the age of 95, Warren Buffett shocked the world with moves so unexpected, so viral, that the financial world once again learned, never bet against Buffett.
Journalist. Mr. Buffett, you've spent decades investing in American railroads, insurance, and Coca-Cola. Why Africa? Why now? Buffett, because energy is the foundation of progress. Because the future isn't in my backyard anymore. And because when everyone else is chasing AI, I'd rather bet on electricity. Narrator. In a surprise move, Buffett announced a $50 billion investment in renewable energy projects across Africa. Solar farms in Nigeria, wind corridors in Kenya, hydro projects in Ethiopia. Twitter erupted. TikTok edits showed Buffett in African kente cloth with captions like "Grandpa Buffett went Wakanda." The hashtag #Buffett in Africa trended for days. Narrator. In mid-2025, regional banks in the U.S. faced collapse, rising interest rates, bad real estate loans, digital bank runs. The headlines screamed 2008 2.0, and then, quietly, Buffett moved. Buffett. Gentlemen, Berkshire Hathaway will take a 30% stake on one condition: you run this bank my way. No greed, no gimmicks, just banking. Narrator. The announcement went viral. #banking grandpa trended on social media. Markets steadied. And the same man who rescued Goldman Sachs in 2008 saved the banks again in 2025. Analyst. It's not that Buffett saves banks. It's that banks collapse until Buffett saves them. Shareholder. Mr. Buffett, why aren't you betting on AI like Musk and Bezos? Buffett. Because I don't invest in things I don't understand, and I don't think half the people selling AI understand it either. Narrator. Buffett instead doubled down on insurance, railroads, and consumer goods, the boring businesses that never die. Critics mocked him as outdated, but within months, AI stocks crashed in a correction. Buffett's boring portfolio outperformed the tech darlings. And his quote, "I don't invest in hype, I invest in history," went viral as a meme shared by Gen Z finance TikTokers. Narrator. But Buffett wasn't done. In late 2025, he shocked markets by quietly acquiring a $20 billion stake in Apple's AI chip supplier. Reporters gasped. Analysts scrambled. Wasn't this the same Buffett who dismissed AI as hype? Buffett. I don't invest in hype, but I do invest in shovels during gold rushes. Narrator. And just like that, Buffett turned a viral one-liner into billions in profit. Buffett. I won't be here forever, but Berkshire must be, so today we're committing $100 billion to a generational trust, invested not for me, not for you, but for America's children 100 years from now. Narrator. The Buffett Legacy Fund became the largest private trust in history, funding infrastructure, education, and long-term investments for the next century. Social media exploded with admiration. #Buffett 100 years trended worldwide. For the first time, a billionaire wasn't just thinking quarterly, he was thinking in centuries. Narrator. While Musk thrived on chaos and Bezos on strategy, Buffett became a viral icon for patience. Finance YouTubers quoted him like scripture. Gen Z investors wore t-shirts that read, "Don't bet against Buffett." And even teenagers who knew nothing about stocks knew that Warren Buffett was the ultimate grandmaster of money.
Narrator. In 2025, Warren Buffett proved that wisdom still beats hype. He saved banks, he bet on Africa, he humbled AI hype, he built a legacy that would outlive him. And as billionaires fought for headlines, Buffett quietly reminded the world, wealth is not built in tweets or trends, but in patience, principle, and perspective. Musk may be the chaos, Bezos the architect, but Buffett is the oracle. And even in the digital age, the oracle still rules. Narrator. Jack Ma had been silenced, sidelined, even rumored gone forever, but in 2025 he reappeared like a phoenix rising from the ashes. His weapon, not Alibaba, not Ant Group, but something entirely new, Dragon AI. Jack Ma. Technology should serve people, not scare them. Finance should be simple, not complicated. Dragon AI is your new companion, your banker, your shopper, your teacher, your friend. Farmer, demo. I used to wait 6 months for approval. Dragon AI gave me credit in 60 seconds. Narrator. Western CEOs panicked. Dragon AI wasn't just an app, it was an ecosystem. Banks, payment processors, and e-commerce giants suddenly had a single competitor, Jack Ma. And just like that, the man once silenced by Beijing was now reshaping global finance again. Narrator. Mukesh Ambani had already given India the cheapest internet on earth, but in 2025 he made a move that sent shockwaves across the globe, the launch of India's quantum internet. Ambani. In this new world, your data will not just be fast, it will be unhackable. India is not just consuming the digital age, India is leading it. Analyst. If Ambani's network is truly quantum secure, American defense systems are already obsolete. Official. India cannot be allowed to leapfrog us in cyber dominance. Narrator. The internet buzzed with memes. Ambani portrayed as Dr. Strange, spinning glowing quantum webs over the globe. Investors poured billions into Indian startups, and India's billionaire had just declared digital sovereignty. Narrator. Jiang Yiming, the man who created TikTok, made a move no one expected. He bought 20% of a top Hollywood studio. For the first time, the same algorithm that decided what you scrolled was deciding what movies got made. Reporter. Mr. Jiang, does this mean TikTok will influence films? Jiang. TikTok already tells the world what to watch, Hollywood is just catching up. Narrator. Traditional filmmakers panicked, actors worried they'd be replaced by influencers. But Gen Z cheered. Finally, Hollywood wasn't run by old men in suits, but by an algorithm they trusted. Senator. Mr. Jiang, is this foreign interference in American culture? Jiang. Culture belongs to those who create it, not those who fear it. Narrator. Masayoshi Son had been ridiculed for his WeWork disaster, but in 2025, he staged one of the boldest comebacks in history, launching the $150 billion AI mega fund. Journalist. Mr. Son, after losing billions on startups, why should anyone trust you again? Son. Because last time I bet on flawed people. This time, I bet on flawless machines. Narrator. The AI mega fund went viral instantly. Startups across the globe begged for funding. Critics said it was reckless, but Son didn't care. As he once said, I dream boldly. The world eventually catches up. And history suggested he was usually right. Narrator. But perhaps the most viral billionaire stories of 2025 weren't the old names, they were the new ones. Nguyen Thao, Vietnam, founder of Skybank, the world's first fully AI-driven bank, offering loans, investments, and insurance without human staff. Surya Wijaya, Indonesia, founder of Greenport, an eco-shipping hub replacing diesel fleets with solar-powered cargo ships. Li Wen, Singapore, turned her crypto exchange into Asia's first sovereign digital wealth fund, rivaling Goldman Sachs. Nguyen Thao, banking was designed for the rich, Skybank is for everyone, that's why we replaced bankers with algorithms. Surya, this is not just green, this is profitable. Saving the planet is the biggest business of the century. Li Wen. Wall Street had 100 years. Asia has the next 100. Narrator. Their quotes became viral sound bites. Their moves shook industries. And suddenly, Asia's billionaire future didn't just belong to old titans like Jack Ma and Ambani. It belonged to a new, fearless generation. Narrator. Rising. In 2025, Asia's billionaires didn't just play the global game, they rewrote it. Jack Ma controlled money, Ambani controlled the internet, Jiang Yiming controlled culture, Son controlled capital, and a new wave of Southeast Asian moguls controlled the future. Together they formed a triangle of wealth, culture, and technology strong enough to rival Musk, Bezos, and Buffett. And the message was clear. The billionaire age is no longer West versus East. It is the rise of the East.
Narrator, Aliko Dangote was known for cement, oil, and sugar, but in 2025 he shocked the world with a single announcement, Afripay, Africa's first pan-continental payment network designed to rival Visa and MasterCard. Dangote, for too long Africa's money has been taxed by outsiders. Today we take it back, from Cairo to Cape Town, from Lagos to Nairobi. Afripay is our system, our money, our rules. Narrator. The launch went viral, #Afripay trended across 40 countries. Memes showed Dangote's face on digital coins. Western banks panicked, but Africans celebrated. For the first time, money flowed freely across borders, without foreign fees.
Narrator. In Nigeria, a new generation of billionaires emerged. Apps like Paylink, Flutterbank, and NovaPay turned phones into banks. Paylink founder. Banking was designed to exclude us. We redesigned it to include everyone. Vendor, I don't take cash anymore, I take PayLink. Narrator, the clip hit 100 million views. Global investors poured $15 billion into Nigerian fintech.
Narrator, in Kenya, innovation wasn't about Wall Street profits. It was about survival. M-Pesa 2.0 merged payments with AI chatbots in Swahili and local languages. Farmers received rainfall predictions, instant crop loans, and market prices, all through their phones. Farmer, I don't need the weatherman. My phone tells me when to plant. Narrator, the video hit 200 million views.
Narrator, in South Africa, rolling blackouts had become a way of life, but in 2025, billionaire investors staged a shock move. They bought coal plants and shut them down, replacing them with solar and wind megagrids. Green energy mogul. We're not just investors, we are light bringers. The sun and wind belong to all of us. Protester, they killed our jobs. They care about carbon, not people. Narrator, the backlash was fierce, but as homes lit up for the first time in weeks, many ordinary South Africans didn't care who fixed it. They just cared that the lights stayed on.
Narrator, and then came the crypto billionaires. In Ghana, Nigeria, and Kenya, young traders built fortunes in tokens, NFTs, and decentralized exchanges. Crypto billionaire, we didn't wait for banks to serve us. We built our own banks, on the blockchain. Narrator, their stories went viral. A teenage gamer in Nairobi buying his family a house with NFT profits. The West laughed, but Africans called it liberation.
Narrator, in Africa, billionaires didn't just move money, they moved culture. In 2025, Africa's billionaires rewrote the script. Dangote became Africa's banker, fintech founders became its new face, Kenyan innovators became its lifeline, South African green moguls became its power, crypto rebels became its future. And together, they proved one thing. The billionaire story is no longer Western, it is no longer Eastern, it is African. And their moves weren't just business, they were viral revolutions. Narrator, while Musk launched rockets, Bezos conquered healthcare, and Ma rebuilt finance, Europe's billionaires were fighting a different battle. A battle for the planet, a battle for energy, a battle for the right to control the very air we breathe. In 2025, Europe's billionaire class made moves so radical, so viral, that they sparked protests, hope, and chaos all at once. Journalist, Mr. Reinhardt, is it true you've just bought Europe's third largest oil company? Reinhardt, yes, and tomorrow I will shut down every single oil field it owns.